Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Dark. This is the 7th episode of the 2nd season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free. The link in the description below. Just clicking it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode we had Jonas going back to 2019. It was prior to his dad dying. You know, he's seen him in the flesh. Basically, he was kind of replacing his own Jonas. So like when he was in one location, we've seen him in another location. Obviously he was talking to his dad. He basically explained what was going to happen. He was asking him not to go and commit suicide. He asked him, did he write the letter yet? His dad was a little bit confused. We did have the conversation that maybe he was a catalyst. Maybe he, you know, as the show keeps saying, everything happens the way it should do, and his dad never intentionally had the opinion or whatever you'd have thought of killing himself prior to actually Jonas turning up and telling him he was going to kill himself. And that is obviously what sets the trigger, because his dad wants to save his son. And basically after understanding the conversation, he was saying that if I stay alive, you're never going to be born. And obviously every dad's going to do whatever it can to save his child, and he decides that the thing that he has to do is kill himself so that Jonas can live and have a good life. So I mean, it's really interesting, and I picked up on it during the episode that I was thinking that maybe he never really was going to kill himself, but this situation has happened before, and the only reason why he does is because Jonas actually turns up to stop him from killing himself, when indeed that's the trigger to make him go kill himself. Now that was really interesting. We've seen him as well go to the beach, and he sat down and replaced his Jonas with obviously the one that we've been watching throughout the first season. And he sat down and talked to Marta, and he said his thing like, you and I are meant to be together, don't let anybody get in the way, or something like that, that he said a few times. And he gave her a kiss, and again, I would say maybe that is what triggers them to actually progress forward with each other. And he continued doing that, you know, like with the information that knowing that they're all family members and stuff like that, you know, he's not letting love stop him from getting what he wants. And again, I said, it's interesting everything that's actually going on, because he was there to try and prevent things from happening. But realistically, he was just ticking the boxes, it looked like, of keeping everything in sync, in motion. We also seen that Ulrich and Hannah ended up getting together. I think it was for the first time. It was at his anniversary party as well, which, I mean, I don't know what he's playing at there. You know, as Mikkel got sick, she went upstairs. Charlotte, is it? No, it's not Charlotte. Katarina, she went upstairs. She was lying down. She's giving him a hug and that. You know, she was basically waiting for him to fall asleep as he was poorly. And went outside. Basically, Ulrich and Hannah was having a smoke. It started raining. They both ran to the side, got a bit close, and then that is how it happened. Hannah's obviously loving it. She's always wanted to do that, do you know what I mean? And you could see, obviously, what we've seen in season 1, that she's hardcore in love with him. And then, obviously, if we go back to, obviously, the Jonas storyline, as he was talking to his dad about killing himself and stuff, yes, we had, what is it now, Regina's mum, she come in, and basically, she was like, look, mate, it's time. This has to happen, this has to happen. There's a light side, there's a dark side. We've seen it all before. And she actually left with Jonas. So, I mean, it's very exciting. Second to last episode. I mean, this season's been pretty solid, if I'm being honest, but I also really enjoyed season 1 as well. So, I mean, I don't know how we're going to end, but I'm excited for it. Thanks for checking it out. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Der Mensch ist ein eigenartiges Geschöpf. All sein Handeln ist motiviert aus Verlangen, sein Charakter geschmiedet aus Schmerz. So sehr er auch versucht, den Schmerz zu verdrängen, so wenig kann er sich doch frei machen von der ewigen Knechtschaft seiner Gefühle. Denn solange der Sturm in ihm tobt, kann er keinen Frieden finden. Und so wird er Tag für Tag alles tun, was nötig ist. Wozu der Mensch doch fähig ist.
Die Tote ist 1,72 Meter, Europide Rasse. Wahrscheinlich 75, 80 Jahre alt. Ein blaues, ein braunes.
Hey.
Heterochromie.
Am gleichen Tag, als der kleine Helge wieder aufgetaucht ist. War verwirrt. Nicht ganz bei sich. Für irgendwas entschuldigt dich. Hab nicht verstanden, wofür.
Vielleicht ist sie die Komplizin von dem Verrückten.
Sie muss über längere Zeit einer starken Strahlung ausgesetzt gewesen sein.
Eigenartig.
Hat vielleicht als Röntgentechnikerin gearbeitet.
I suppose that is a logical approach if you think that she may be an accomplice. He knows. It's the eyes. His daughter's got them.
Die Daten legen nahe, dass das Partikel regelmäßig in 2 Protonen zerfällt. In einem anderen Fall ist es allerdings in 4 Myonen zerfallen.
26. Juni.
Is she gonna go spend a day with her dad? I don't know.
Ist was? Ich habe das Meeting mit den Franzosen für heute Vormittag neu angesetzt. Frau Tiedemann?
Yo, her job must be a bit stressful though, because you got no explanation so why you keep cancelling and rescheduling. The thing is she gonna remember how to use it, how to trigger it? She's only seen one-time use.
Noah hat gesagt, dass die Welt morgen untergeht. Und dass nur die Leute im Bunker überleben. Und er hat gesagt, dass sie lebt. Meine Mutter.
Wie Sie vermutet haben. Es gibt unter dem Namen Alexander Köhler in dem gesuchten Zeitraum nur eine einzige Registrierung.
Und da sahen die Augen und hörten die Ohren. Und nichts war mehr verborgen.
Wir müssen das jemandem sagen.
Wir sind durch die Zeit gereist und das ist das Einzige, was dich interessiert?
Du hast doch gesagt, dass er Teil davon ist. Vielleicht weiß er ja im Gegensatz zu dir, was das Ganze hier bedeutet. Vielleicht weiß er, wo Papa ist oder Mickel oder keine Ahnung, Mann.
Dann machen wir das.
Hier gibt's doch kein Wir. Das gab's doch noch nie.
Was soll das denn jetzt heißen?
Dass du monatelang wusstest, was hier abgeht und du hast es weder mir noch irgendjemand anderem von uns gesagt.
I say, even though he had it, without his info now, you wouldn't know what you're doing with it. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't have a clue anything was going on.
Kennst du diese Frau?
Antworte dem Herrn Hauptmeister.
Warst du vielleicht bei ihr? Hat sie dich eingesperrt?
Er hat mir von ihr erzählt, dem weißen Teufel.
Der weiße Teufel.
Sie will uns töten. Uns alle.
he's dead confused. He don't know what's going on. We've seen the last episode in Jonas's timeline, innit? And now we've seen it in this one, and she's died.
Und vergessen?
Du hast gesagt, ich soll darüber nachdenken.
Ich habe nur gedacht, warum Zeit verschwenden?
Ich muss los. Ins Krankenhaus.
Kann ich dich vielleicht begleiten?
Ich möchte, dass Sie sich etwas anschauen. Herr Weller, das ist die Kopie eines Dokumentes der Meldebehörde Marburg. Die Daten Ihres letzten Personalausweises, bevor Sie Marburg verlassen haben. 1,71, schätze ich mal, maximal. In dem Dokument steht aber 1,75. Also, wo sind Sie? Die 4 Zentimeter.
See, right, I understand if identity theft is a crime, well, it is. Then you can arrest somebody, but like, to me, that's not significant information. It really isn't. Like, you know, his old ID said he was 5'8", and now he's 5'6". Yeah, whatever's. You know what I mean? First of all, that could have been a typo. Like, I understand it's suspicious behaviour, but like, it's not, I don't know, like, to me, it's not grounds to arrest somebody. You know, like, basically, if that's all he's got, if you took him to court or like anything like that, and you was like, blah 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 blah, here's all the evidence, what is it? Yeah, he was 5'8" and now he's 5'6". Yeah, and what, have you got something deeper proving that he's done this and this crime and he was involved in that and the abduction was part of it? Do you know what I mean? And he's done this and he's done that. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen many shows before where like you think this is absolute nailed on, mate, and then it doesn't. You know, we've watched 13 Reasons Why here on the channel. Bryce 100%, million% raped Hannah, and then they go to the courtroom and they play the tapes and the everything that comes out, and it's still not 100%, you know, factual that he's going to get sent down. You know what I mean? And that evidence was absolutely just, it was just all over the place. And this is just saying he was 5'8" and now you're 5'6". I don't know. He needs more, because to me, it's not enough for everybody to kind of like, well, send him down if he did go to court. Who is it? Martha?
Entschuldigung.
Yeah, it is.
Ich wollte mit Hannah sprechen.
Sie ist nicht hier.
Ich glaube, ich habe gerade ein Déjà-vu oder so. Ich gehe mal lieber.
Ein Fehler in der Matrix. Oder eine Botschaft aus dem Jenseits. Du hast den Anhänger gefunden.
Look at his neck. I've never noticed it on this Jonas before. Never noticed it on his neck before, that, you know, the yeah.
Ich bin mir sicher, du warst gut in dem, was du getan hast.
Du hast die Welt von Anfang an anders gesehen. Kennst du diesen Film mit dem jungen Kerl, der mit seinem Auto in die Vergangenheit reisen kann? Ich weiß, das klingt jetzt verrückt. Aber das aus dem Film, das gibt es wirklich.
Hat sie gesagt, was sie will? Es geht um den Mann in der Anstalt.
Oh yeah, imagine he goes in the office and it's her. No, that would be mad, wouldn't it? It's Hannah? Oh, no way.
Wie kann ich Ihnen helfen?
Ich suche meinen Mann. Es war in der Zeitung.
Ist das Ihr Mann?
Er sieht ihm ähnlich.
Wir haben nach Angehörigen gesucht. Es hat sich niemand gemeldet.
Sie wissen, dass er letzten Winter verhaftet wurde wegen mehrfachen Mordes.
Er befindet sich momentan in einer psychiatrischen Einrichtung.
Vielleicht redet er ja mit mir.
Ich Sie nach Ihrem Namen fragen.
Katharina Nielsen.
Isn't that weird though? Is she not like 16 now and he's like 30 odd? 40?
Weißt du, wer das ist? Hä? Hat er dir gesagt, wo dein Bruder ist? Wer dein Bruder ist? Das da ist der Sohn deines Bruders. Mein Enkel und dein Neffe.
Es tut mir so leid.
I mean, it is nothing to do with you, literally. It's not your fault at all.
Du sagst mir jetzt, wie ich Mikkel zurückholen kann.
Mama, Magnus hat den Apparat.
It's just a proper scramble though, isn't it, for everybody? You know what I mean? It really is a proper scramble. He's got nothing to apologise for because he's not even done anything, technically, you know. Do they know each other? You see, these two are the ones in the picture? I don't know.
Mein Bruder ist auch spurlos verschwunden. 86. Alexander Köhler. Ein gängiger Name. Genau genommen gibt es über 700 gemeldete Alexander Köhlers in Deutschland. Nach der Trennung meiner Eltern habe ich den Nachnamen meiner Mutter angenommen. Von Köhler zu Klaus. Und für manche Menschen bin ich bis heute unauffindbar. Lesen Sie.
In wessen Lippen schweigen, der schwätzt mit den Fingerspitzen. Und aus allen Poren dringt ihm der Verrat. Die Antworten zu Ihrem Bruder finden Sie in Winden.
Aber eins weiß ich ganz sicher. Sie sind definitiv nicht mein Bruder.
Can he not do a DNA sample though, because he's arrested him? Did he not do stuff like that, or is it just fingerprints?
Sie haben Kinder, ja?
Well, he keeps talking about his son, yeah, consistently.
Er hat immer gesagt, dass er seinen Sohn sucht. Haben Sie schon einmal etwas von einem weißen Teufel gehört?
Was soll das sein?
Somebody's heard of this white devil. I can't remember who it was.
Wenn er mit Ihnen redet, falls er mit Ihnen redet, bringen Sie ihn dazu, mit der Polizei zu sprechen.
Mann kam aus der Zukunft nach 1953. Da hast du ihn festgenommen. Und gestern hat dieser Mann versucht, den Jungen zu entführen.
Derselbe Mann, nur in älter.
Wo ist er jetzt?
He's at the mental institution as well, is he not?
Zurück in der Psychiatrie. Dann glaubst du mir.
It is reassuring that, innit? Do you know, like when you say something a bit crazy or far-fetched and someone backs you up?
Ihr wusstet von dem ganzen Zeitreisescheiß. Warum habt ihr nichts gesagt?
Jonas ist wieder da. Wie Bartosz gesagt hat.
Es ist besser, wenn ihr euch da raushaltet.
Wusstet ihr also auch? Das ist genau das, was alles kaputt macht! Eure ganzen Scheißgeheimnisse!
Does this girl know what's going on? Like, she can't hear anything.
Nur 5 Minuten.
You don't see if he sees her and he recognises her, and that's when you know, right, okay, these two know each other. You know what I mean?
Ulrich.
Weißt du, wo Mikkel ist? Katharina? Wie geht's, Katharina? Warte, Magnus?
See, I've missed Ulrich, me, like this version of him.
Nicht wiederzusehen. In der Zeit, in der wir zusammen waren. Ich habe versucht, mich zu erinnern, ob du jemals "Ich liebe dich" zu mir gesagt hast. Ich habe gesagt, ich brauche niemanden. Aber die Wahrheit ist, ihr braucht mich nicht.
I actually hate Hannah though. She's an absolute bitch. She really is though.
Ich liebe dich.
Ähnlichkeiten mit ihm, aber ist das nicht mein Mann?
I literally proper hate Hannah. I know it's against the curve and it doesn't make any sense, but like, what I would love, yeah, I actually would love it, is that in the final season, somehow, everything kind of cycles around, we go full circle, and we land back into the original timeline where everybody's with before it all happened. So do you know what I mean? So like, somehow, in some way, we tell the story that we get it, so that this, obviously, Ulrich is back in the timeline with his son, Mikael, with, you know, Magnus and Marta and his wife, and then he goes and kills her or something. That's what I would love anyway. I would love her to get killed, to be honest, by him at some point, and it makes no sense, and I can't see it happening, but I'd love it anyway. Honestly, I hate her that much. She does my head in. She's so selfish. It's all around her. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, what can I get out of it? And she tries to just make every situation about her as well. I can't even remember who they said the White Devil is. I'm saying it's her. I mean, we probably had it revealed to us before. I can't remember, honestly, I can't, but she just, she proper pecks my head, honestly. She really does. Hated her as a kid, hated her in the adult line, hate her now in the future, just everything about her. Come on, man, I want her to go back and find Mikael now, literally. I actually really do, even though it would mess the storyline up.
Weißt du, wie sie funktioniert?
Bartosz hat ihn benutzt.
Well, we're going to his house. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Nimm deine Tabletten. Für alles andere kommen wir wann anders wieder.
Ich brauche nur eine Minute. Vielleicht ist da was. In den Höhlen.
Papa, lass das jetzt. Können wir jetzt?
He's been more a detective now than he was when he was actually a police officer, innit?
Warum bist du wirklich hier? Über die Zeitreise Bescheid. Das alles hat mit dem AKW zu tun.
Ich möchte jetzt gehen.
Wir müssen die Höhlen durchsuchen lassen.
Da ist nichts in den Höhlen. Es gibt keine Zeitreise.
Well, she's not gonna kill her dad.
Du verstehst nichts. Was in den Höhlen ist größer als alles, was die Wissenschaft je entdeckt hat. Diese Substanz stellt alles auf den Kopf, was wir über das Universum wissen.
Dir geht es immer noch nur um dich. Du hast kein Herz.
Was ist los?
Is he gonna fall? I knew it, man. I literally knew it.
Notruf finden? Wie kann ich Ihnen helfen? Hallo? Hallo?
Alles wird so geschehen, wie es schon geschehen ist.
There we go, that's why.
Regina.
Du bist der weiße Teufel.
She's a White Devil. That, innit? If you think about it, right, you got a decision to make. So it's like, if I put a gun to your head right now and you see in the future, and you know the future, for example. So like, if you knew 20 years from now your dad's, well, let's do 33 years, because that is clearly, obviously, the timelines that we've been jumping. If I say gun to your head now, 33 years from now, your dad, factually, he's going to be dead. She knows that. There's a newspaper article about it. And then you just discover time travel and all this stuff, and basically someone comes and speaks to you and basically says, look mate, sacrifices have got to be made, you know, if you continue a path as it was, you know what I'm saying, and everything goes the way it always should have gone, then your kid 33 years from now will be alive, will be safe, will be okay. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do if you go there and you see your father dying? Do you stop that? Do you get help in? Do you know what I mean? Do you make sure he's okay? But then you don't know the ripple of what's happening to your kid. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it is tough and it's ruthless. And I'm not saying, oh, yeah, get your dad to die. But, like, because she knows the future and she knows that happens, you know what I'm saying? It's an easier choice to make because you know that that's the way it should have always been. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all episode, it's interesting that she's gone around trying to prevent it. But then when it happened, she's had the epiphany or, like, the light bulb click and thinking, mate, actually, this is how it always should have been. And it's going back to last episode with Jonas dropping it in for his dad to kill himself. He never would have done that if he didn't arrive. And now he's arrived, he knew that he had to kill himself. And he never would have possibly died if he didn't know that he was going to die. And without her being around him all day to have this action happen. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. They come and they've made what should have always happened happen. You know what I mean? So it is, you know, it is good, to be honest.
Tut mir leid. Machen Sie sich doch keine Vorwürfe.
Ungewöhnlicher Name. Kennen Sie eine Agnes Nielsen?
Nein.
Die reisen heute noch zurück?
No, I'm traveling forward.
Da, wo ich herkomme, habe ich alles verloren. Alles, was ich will, ist ein Neuanfang.
But she's just going home like nothing's happened. Mate, we're one day from her apocalypse, though. Literally, next episode, I hope we get it. you know what? It's mad how much blood stains. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it gets on the skin, it proper absolutely stains into it. All your clothes, everything. Yo, she's got right strong now. She's just got to pretend that everything's A-okay. Oh, no. Jonas?
Warum hast du den Schlüssel zu meinem Haus?
Du hast ihn mir gegeben, bevor du gegangen bist.
His hair's longer. Again.
Sie hat ihn dir gegeben. Mein älteres Ich.
Ich weiß, was du getan hast. Sie hat es mir gesagt. Aber sie hat auch gesagt, dass es nicht wieder so passieren muss. Nächstes Mal.
And the thing is, she can't be confused about this next time, because obviously she knows that it's already happened. This technically was the next time, you know, like, because the first time is, yeah, the first time, and then this is the next time.
In die Zukunft.
We go how far into the future though? Back into 19 or what? That's going to be interesting. The thing is, right, you know, last episode we ended with her coming to collect him, and this episode we ended with him coming to collect her. Now, it was her future self collecting Jonas's future self, and then in this episode it's Jonas's future self collecting her past self. Was that right? Or it might have been her collecting Jonas's past, and now it's Jonas's future collecting her past. But then I'm trying to think that the one that we seen today that was dead on the table, was she the one that collected him last episode and brought him back into this timeline in today's episode, and she died, and that's the Jonas that was... Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I explain it? So, like, this timeline is different to last episode's timeline, because last episode's timeline was in 2019, and this one was in... Is it 1987? So, like, obviously there's two contrasts there. But, like, what I'm trying to say is, in last episode in 2019, when she come and grabbed him, then did they disappear in that episode and arrive in today's episode, and that's in 87? Do you know what I'm saying? Or is that going on in 19 and this is going on in 87? So they're both cross, like, they're both going together. They're both running in a, you know what I mean, like, parallel to each other. It's not like one was in this timeline, then you jump back and then it's the same people in this episode and it's the aftermath of the last one. Or is it two continual things? She collected him and they're going somewhere, and he collected her and they're going somewhere. And technically they're both going. She's not dead yet. You know what I mean? So that is pure... Do you know what, right? This show has made me talk and listen to myself, and I'm thinking that's fucking well confusing what I'm saying, but like in my head it's making total sense to me because of how the show's doing its stuff, like, and that's what I think's weird, to be honest. And I'm hoping that some people can kind of decipher what I'm trying to say. But the way the program does it, I've got to say, it's good. The way they do it, they make you sound like you're talking fucking random and crazy and weird, but then you're also making, like, I personally think I'm making total sense. Me, or my head's processing it in total sense anyway, like when I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I can articulate what I'm trying to think though, you know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to actually see how we finish, you know. Is the apocalypse going to be next episode? I mean, does it happen? It must happen, because you've seen Adam and his face is all burnt and he's fucking, like, do you know what I mean? It looks like he's been through it all, and they all survived this bunker, but where is it? You know what I'm saying? And like, how does, to be honest, we've had quite a few episodes where Claudia, is that her name? I totally fucking forgot now. Charlotte, that's it, has not been involved. Yeah, she's kind of heavily involved with the Noah storyline, you know what I mean? And her kids, and I'm sure Magnus was there last episode at the very end as well, a different version of himself. So it's really good. It's actually really good, but like really confusing, and like I understand it, but I don't know if my head can articulate my thoughts, you know what I mean? So like, I cannot wait to see obviously what the last episode has for us. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Very interesting stuff that's going on. You know, we finally found out why that officer has actually come here to Winden. Is that what he's called? Basically, searching for his son. Alexander Kohler is his brother. Sorry, I said his son. Is his brother. He gone missing in 86, the same as the other kids. Now, I've got to be honest, yeah, when he arrived, he just arrived, you know, and that might sound, I don't know, obviously he's arrived, but literally it was just like watching the episode, Ulrich trying to find his son, Ulrich trying to find his son, Jonas doing this, Jonas doing that, oh, this guy's just turned up. Where from? I don't know. We just cut to a scene in the past and he was running, he was shot. How did that happen? That's never really been explained, has it? It literally, like, I'm sure his first episode was, you had young Ulrich and Katarina pushing Regina, I think it was. And this guy just come running through the woods, injured, pulled his gun out, pointed it at them, kind of got took back to Regina's house. She stitched him up. Hannah watched him, picked up his personal belongings, obviously changed his name. And that was it. We accepted it. He got a job at the power plant. Hush hush, jobs are good. What is his storyline? Where's he come from? Why is he mysterious? Why has he changed his name? I mean, his reason for extension of the family, because there's nobody there to prolong it, made a lot of sense. But this guy's obviously saying that, look, mate, you know, I took my mum's name, you took dad's name, or you changed it. It's hard to track down Alexander Kohler. There was 700 of them. But he said that you're not my brother. You know, he said, I can stand there and look at you and know that you're not. But, man, it's got to be. Otherwise, just don't drop it in there. You know what I mean? Like, just make it a little bit of a twist or something like that. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. Can't wait to see, obviously, how it's revealed. Obviously, he's been locked up. He said that, you know, this one was 5'8", this one now says you're 5'6". I'm going to lock you up for identity theft. Mate, who's he robbed? Like, you can't steal someone's identity by changing a name. You know, if I was called Steve McLaren, yeah, and I changed my name to Paul Mitchell, what? And, you know, I'm not stolen anybody's name. I just literally changed it. His face is still the same. The person was. It wasn't like, you know, I had really long hair now that I've got, and now I've just shaved it and I'm bald. You know what I mean? And I've took Phil Mitchell's name, or Paul Mitchell, who I just said, like, from across the street, look exactly the same. Like, he literally didn't take a person's name, identity, his ID. He stayed, well, he might have, but to me, he looked exactly the same, just with a different first and second name. So I don't really know. I'm interested to see it anyway, because like I said, if you go to 13 Reasons Why, the program that we watch on the channel, Bryce and Hannah, and all the information and all the facts and all the evidence and all the tapes and all the proof and all the witness statements, it's still not clear. And the juror was still obviously 50-50. Do you know what I'm saying? And here, that's not enough to send somebody down. It just isn't. But I'm interested to see the more digging that we do. Hannah, absolute hater, be consistent, never liked her. She's a proper turd, like proper bitch, you know. She's always thinking about herself. She's considering staying in a different timeline, do you know what I mean? Like, basically going back, it looks like she's gonna try and get on with Egon. I don't really know. I mean, how does that affect the future? Do you know what I mean? If somebody actually time travels and was like, sack it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna have a new relationships, I'm gonna change it, everything. You know, I'm not gonna get with Jonas, I'm not gonna get with like Michael, and that means Jonas is not gonna be born. She's probably not even bothered now anyway, just like who she is. I'm still trying to figure out though. Agnes is there. Yeah, so Tronte in that storyline. They're staying at his house, the Nielsen's. He's obviously like seeing her as well. She said she's Katarina Nielsen. She said that they're not related. Is Agnes in the present? I don't really know. I can't remember. She's not the one with the mole, the doctor, is she? She's not the one with Mikhail, or is she? I don't know. I don't think she is, but like, it's interesting. I need to know more about these founders, these people, the ones in the bunkers, all the people in the photo with Adam. You know what I mean? We only kind of know Noah is the main guy that we know of, but like, I'm sure Magnus was there and like everything else. Like, this, mate, there's so much to actually deep dive into. It's interesting. Finale's next episode tomorrow. I can't wait for it. Hope you guys are excited too. If you are, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.